Hey there guys, Ephraim's Vanguard here, and welcome to this, I think final episode of Let's Play SpongeBob SquarePants Revenge of the Flying Dutchman. This should be the last one because, we're here in the Dutchman's graveyard and we don't have that much left. I stopped the last episode because this area looks really intricate, and I thought it would take a lot of time. I apologize if it's short, but like I said, I really can't tell how long that episode was going to be since my timer was all out of whack. But hopefully, well, I know for a fact we'll finish up the episode today. In fact, is that the last jellyfish? That was the last jellyfish. So let's try and bring this back. I didn't see much of the area, so I'll probably end up having to drop it. This area actually ended up being a lot less intense than it looked like, if that was the case. Nope, we ain't. There's more to it. That was a failure. I shouldn't have changed it. Why is there that spotlight there? Oh, there's coins on top of there. I need to check on that. Let's knock you down so I can walk past you. Those things are solid objects when they're on the ground, so they almost physically prevented me from getting that coin. Nope. Let's see if we can get on top of here. Well, we managed to get on top of one of them. Let's see if we can do the other. And there's more of these, like, smokestack things on the other one. These are like cargo ships, like barges, right? I think so. That's what they look like. It is kind of interesting to see all the different types of ships they have around here, because, like, obviously they have wooden ships, and then they have like a couple steamboat sort of things, and then they have like late 1800s and early 1900s ships like this. At least that's what it reminds me of. Also, that was lava, and it completely hurt you, because of course it did. At least it isn't instant death for being near it like it would be in real life. So, is that going to be everything? No, that is not close to all the coins. So either I've missed something real bad, or we just gotta hope all the coins are beyond this point. Well, I've saved my game anyway, so I should be fine. Anyway, in any case, we'll start trying to make the trek back on over to the pirate. Hold on. Sorry. There's part of the music that keeps on looping right there, and I think my mind keeps on. Well, so that'll just push you into the lava, and that's how it will get you. But my mind keeps on thinking it's the garage door going up, and I should really only be recording either when no one else is home or when everyone else is asleep. Those are the only two times I can record. And if it was the latter case and it actually was the garage door going up, then I would just have to splice this together with another episode. But in any case, we got the treasure back here, so let's see what final Mr. Pirate Man says.
Thanks for the you-know-what. Bon voyage!
Well, he didn't even run to the door, he just straight up ran through the fence. Like I said, I'm going to go change back into the normal SpongeBob gear, and then we got to shoot over there towards the top of the ship where that last letter is. In case you're wondering, that is the only change in tint, so you do have to come all the way back in the beginning if you want to change your gear. For some reason, this pirate doesn't run away, but all the other ones did. Oh well. Just a little bit of a weird decision. SpongeBob can jump out of that animation in midair. That's a little bit weird. Oh, hey. Don't overshoot. Don't. Oh. Wait. Okay. For a second I thought... Wait. There's no way it did. Oh my gosh, it spawned me... That's annoying. Why did it do that? I came close enough for it to change the spawn point, but not
You idiot!
like, it should have just put me back. Also, there weren't as many of the green hook hand pirates ghosts as I remember there being. Alright, so let's aim a little bit to the left this time. I might have overcompensated. That. Alright, that one spawned me over here for some reason. Alright, so that should be good. Yeah, we got it now. Once you hit the ground, you can do the jump out of the animation thing. Alright, now we're back over here, and we'll hop into the cannon. And we gotta shoot through all those hoop things at once over towards the ship. Or rather, not through all of them at once, just make sure we don't get hit. Like that! Oh, that would have been so cool if we collected that as we were shooting, but alas. Instead, we'll just do a spin in midair. Oh man, what vibrant decorations we have in this area. Hey, they finally moved one of the bottom pieces. Also, did that thing just like float directly across the board? Looks like it. Not a hard puzzle. Aw. So, it's not giving us much of a hint there. Well, the vibrations are right there behind us, so... Well, I'm not close enough for it to be vibrating yet. But the point is, now we're going to be looking for this last treasure chest. Is it just with the back here? Alright, that's what it says. So it's clearly through the door. Yeah, it's through the door. Because it wasn't back there. You see those pirate ghosts? There was a lot less of them than I remember there being. But oh well. The reason I said you should change back into the SpongeBob outfit, I thought I just almost killed SpongeBob there. It's for another reason that we'll be getting to in a few minutes. But let's just shoot through this cannon. Do more of this Mario 64 stuff. Mario 64 is the only game that comes to my head when I think of shooting out of cannons. There's nothing else that comes to my mind. I feel like there should be. Like, I know I have in other games. It's just that nothing's springing on me. Coming to mind. Alright, so this is the one that gave me difficulty last time. And I did it wrong. No, barely. Alright, I was corrected. It is in the last area. Alright, so let's shoot through these again. And see if it happens to be on the deck of the last boat. Yep, right there. So despite it have to do that to get the last puzzle piece, it doesn't even matter all that much. Because they just make you do it again. I've always found it humorous how they ooh at that picture. When I was a kid, I thought that was supposed to be the Flying Dutchman themselves, but now that I look at it, it's clearly supposed to be like a family member of his. Well, now here we are. They might just reset you back into the normal SpongeBob outfit anyways, but I'm not quite sure. I wasn't taking the risk. Alright, so as you can see, here's the last coins that we have. Actually, hold on real quick. Fall into the lava, SpongeBob. That ship's just straight up floating, but I shouldn't be too surprised. It is a ship, and it's in water. No, there is no way to get back. So again, make sure you have everything before you collect the last puzzle piece, because otherwise you're SOL. Technically, you can collect coins during the treasure hunt, because that's what happened during Jellyfish Fields. I collected the last coin there. But the point is, you want to be careful. We have Gary over here on the mast. Not the mast.
Gary over the side.
Oh, we have to actually rescue them. I was going to say Gary just levitates off, but he hops into skiff. Is that what it's called? A small ship like that? I think that's what it is. But as you can see, we have to run up to each of SpongeBob's friends. And
what took you so long, SpongeBob?
you know that's a pretty Squidward response for him to say. Squidward walked off the side, Gary just floated. Lots of coins in this last area. So, I'm assuming it's on our to-do list. Well, it doesn't say what other friends we have to rescue, so, just be careful, make sure you don't talk to all of them before, you collect the doubloons, because, again, I'm pretty sure it'll lock you out if you do. The game was generous in this regard until the very end right here, about the whole 100%ing thing. Come on. Oh, camera. Camera. Cooperate, bud. There you go. There you go. Don't do a repeat, camera. I said Gary was on the mast again. It's the, I already forgot. What is it? It's on the Jellyfish Fields one. No? Proud, that's what it's called. Up here we have Patrick.
But I liked being a pirate.
Patrick will levitate off too. Like I said, it was funny that he didn't have to be hypnotized into this whole ordeal. Also, Squidward was reading the book on how to conquer the Dutchman, but he didn't even care. Then again, it did say you had to have the Dutchman's treasures, and Squidward didn't. He also fell asleep while reading it, so there's that too. Let's climb up here to the crow's nest. Gotta be careful with our steps. I'd be a little shocked if these skulls weren't just like that. I'm going to need to be careful to avoid either Sandy or Mr. Krabs. I'll avoid Sandy for now. No. Okay, we're back up here this time. Let's
Nice going, SpongeBob.
We barely made that. Mr. Krabs will just straight up fly. And they've conveniently left just a little bit of room for Sandy. So now we have to climb. The sail is surprisingly solid for being cloth. I know cloth is technically a solid, but, you know, it was very sturdy. That's what it is. So, I'm missing a few coins, so I'm just gonna hope for the best. Because I don't see them back there on the stern. Don't fall, SpongeBob. You're making this more difficult than it has to be. Let's talk to Sandy.
Go get him, SpongeBob!
So you've got my old flying dinghy over the side and all your friends onto it. But at least you won't get away from me. You'll be my cabin boy from now until the seas dry up.
Give it up, Dutchman. Your haunting nights are numbered.
I'll wipe the deck with you, Sponge.
Hello? I do not recommend that you antagonize him right now.
Who's afraid of the big bad Dutchman?
You don't understand. The book you borrowed from Squidward was not completely accurate. In fact, it was a little out of date.
Uh-oh.
According to the new edition, the treasures you gathered have made you mostly immune to the Dutchman's powers, but not completely immune. So be ready for a tough fight.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
You don't stand a chance, SquarePants.
So now we have a boss battle against the Flying Dutchman. I'm worried that we weren't able to 100% the game. So,
I'm the Flying Dutchman.
I think we knew that already, bud. They do reuse some of the sound clips for this part because, like, that was something that he said at the beginning. He's going to send out one of those. What are these things? Oh. Oh, bombs! There we go.
You'll never defeat me.
So just keep on running around to avoid this portal. What was I trying to say? This is like an actual boss battle in this game. Before it was just karate matches. Now, just gotta avoid his powers. I know, in Battle for Bikini Bottom, in that game, the Dutchman's powers include the stuff he had in the episode Shanghai, which is a great episode, FYI, if you haven't seen it. But, because that's a very Dutchman-centered episode. It's hilarious. Probably one of my favorites. But this episode I'm pretty sure was made before then. The Dutchman wasn't in very many episodes before that. The only one that's coming to my mind is the Halloween special episode. I think that's the only one where the Dutchman was in before Shanghai. Maybe a couple times, but I can't remember. So the Dutchman sent some Skeletals after us. The skeletons have mohawks, by the way. And when I'm referring to that, and like the Dutchman's powers, I specifically mean he has like snot flames, something like that. But here they just kind of give him generic ghost pirate powers. And let's do this right.
Where are we going now, SpongeBob?
I don't know, Patrick. What do you think, Mr. Krabs?
To the Krusty Krab, everyone! For a feast like no other!
Oh, Mr. Krabs, I'm so happy.
Yee-haw! That's what I call a celebration.
Yay! Yaha! Woo-hoo-hoo! Of course, you know this is coming out of your paychecks.
And well, that was the game. Unfortunately, I do need to splice in at the end of this episode those few coins I was missing. Here you can see the whole voice cast again. Like I said, same people as the show. The bonus people, like all the civilians, I guess SpongeBob talks to, like the clown and the pirates. It doesn't give them any voice people, or like the narrator, like I mentioned. You know, I can't remember what countdown artist it was, but one of... I might go back and look it up, and if I do, I'll throw their name and channel up on screen right now. But one of them said that this was a bad game. And I mean, it's certainly not a great game, but it was pretty good. I was expecting it to have aged more poorly than I thought, and it was... I mean, there were certainly some very aged elements of it, like the camera, mostly. And then the combat as well, like against general enemies. But otherwise, it was pretty good. was pretty good. Austin, Texas. It was a pretty good game. Much better than Ed, Ed, and Eddie, I'll say. No, it doesn't loop like Ed, Ed, and Eddie's does. But Ed, Ed, and Eddie, I'll fully admit, it wasn't as good as I remembered it. And that's probably why I came into this with pretty low expectations. I was expecting it to have aged much more poorly. But it stood up in my memory pretty well. And I'm glad because, like I mentioned before, this was a game that I loved to play as a kid. It'll be pretty awkward for me to have those last few coins that I missed, but not much I can do about it. I'll just have to throw them up at the very end. And like I said, there won't be any bonus episodes for this because once the game's done, it's done. There's nothing else that you can do. So is this like... Yeah, this credits theme is sort of like an expansion of the main theme, I guess. The one that we heard when we were in SpongeBob's outfit. Anywhere that didn't have its own special theme. Now they're giving all the credits for Nickelodeon. I'm certainly glad I did choose to play this. Like I said, it was a fun time. The only part that really frustrated me was that one section or two rather, was the section in Jellyfish Fields that gave me a whole bunch of trouble. Oh no, I thought something was about to happen. Nope, nothing. No, it doesn't save over. Alright, so I am allowed to go back. Well, that was the game. Like I said, the only two areas that, I guess I can play this. The only two areas that gave me any real trouble were that one area in Jellyfish Fields where I had the platforming. You know, where I complained about Mo the Clown. And, the golf course, that's what it was. Obviously, this is a bit of an art gallery. I'm not doing anything. I set the controller down, so I'm just letting it play while I talk over it. But otherwise, those were the only two frustrating parts for me. Even finding the collectibles wasn't that bad for me. Trying to 100% it. Oh, and the sandcastle. Never mind. I blocked that out for a reason. Ugh. But, generally, it wasn't that bad because, I had stuff to listen to, so it wasn't really that much of a problem. I don't know if I mentioned it earlier in the series, but this wasn't originally the first SpongeBob game that I was intending to play. It was certainly one of them, but the one that I was originally going to actually start the channel off with before Ed, and Eddie was the PC version of SpongeBob SquarePants Lights Camera Pants, which is the PC version. It's a point-and-click adventure style game. Like all the SpongeBob PC games are. Well, most of them. And I was originally going to start with that. And I even recorded the first episode. But I ultimately decided against it and decided to go with that Ed and Eddie. So, FYI, you can expect that at some point in the future. Wow, that's pretty suddenly cut off. You can expect that at some point in the future. Not soon. Because, first of all, I don't want to get oversaturated in SpongeBob games. Also, I'd rather do Employee of the Month first because that's the first SpongeBob point-and-click adventure game, and it's also one that I'm more familiar with. So I'd prefer to start with that before I move on to Lights Camera Pants, which I'm not as familiar with. And I won't release that first video. At least I don't have plans on at the moment. But even aside from oh, this music is taken from Operation Krabby Patty, which is the first SpongeBob game. Alright, sorry about that. I had a cough right there. But, I'm not going to be doing another SpongeBob game soon. Like I said, if it is any, it will be Employee of the Month or Operation Krabby Patty. But I have other plans right now. I have a list of games lined up. Like I was talking about, I have another one for the GameCube listed that'll hopefully start up immediately after this. And then, aside from that, I have the October game that I want to play, the one that I was talking about when I was searching for the last coin, and I'll go. I'm done with the game, so you can, if you don't want to hear me talk about this stuff, you can just go away. But the October game that I was talking about in when I was searching for the jellyfish in the episode where Hurricane Irma was rolling on through, one of them. On that one, of course, I have the next game on the GameCube. Then I have that game, whichever one it chooses to be. And then after that, I think I have a PS2 game I'd like to play. One that'll have a significantly different tone than the other ones. Well, maybe not so different from the October one. We'll see. That's kind of up to your interpretation. But, and then after that, I think I'll start with another thing that's a little bit different, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there, because that'll be in, like, November or December by the time we get to that. And, I'm recording this in September 24th, is it? Yeah, September 24th. This will be going up, like, at the end of September or very beginning of October, something like that. So there's that. But aside from that, I think that's... Oh, man. That's all I have to say. So, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a really fun Let's Play, even if I did have to take an awkward hiatus in the middle of it to sort out my personal life. So I hope that wasn't too bad. If you're watching this after the fact, I hope my commentary's been good enough for the game. I know I did ramble about current events a bit, but thank you guys so much for watching. I know I've said that a couple times now, but it's true. Thank you for doing it. Every view, it just, I don't know, it just makes me happy inside to know that some people, some folks out there do enjoy the content that I make. Why did I change? I'm not going to say leave a like if you liked it. I'm certainly not opposed to it. Dislike it if you want to. It really has no bearing on me. Like, I don't get upset about that kind of stuff. But the point is, if you stuck with me through this series, thank you so much for it. It really does mean a lot to me. And hopefully you've enjoyed it. Hopefully I haven't aggravated you. And hopefully this next series, this next game series, it'll have a bit better of a track record. Let's hope so. But aside from that, I'll just end this episode with me collecting those last few coins, and then I'll see you guys next time. See ya.